Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Juliana if you're new here, and I just wanted to share a video of me just doing my makeup and playing in some makeup. So for this intro, you guys, my mic and the audio in it just kind of crashed, and I didn't find out until I was editing it, and it sounded horrible. So I'm just kind of doing a voiceover of my audio, but basically I'm just explaining that I am going to just be playing in some makeup, and I pressed record, and I invite you to join along with me for this kind of summery spring bronze look that came out of it. Yeah, that's it. So I will see you soon. Bye guys. So to start this look off, you guys, I'm going to begin by prepping my skin with some primer, and I'm going to use MAC strobe cream. And with this strobe cream, you can either mix it in your foundation, but I'm going to use this as a primer just to kind of make my skin appear a little bit dewy. And then I'm going to also put a kind of a dewy finish foundation on top of it, but I'm going to set it with matte powders later. So I like to do this combination because matte primer plus matte foundation plus matte powder can kind of make the skin appear dry and dead, like there's no movement or life to the skin. So instead I like to do kind of like dewy, and then matte, even though naturally I have oily skin. Next, in the center of my face, I'm going to apply a foundation that's about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my skin tone, and dot this all over and then blend it out just in the center, almost like a center oval in my face with the Beauty Blender. Now after that, I'm going to take a foundation that actually matches my true complexion and apply this around the perimeter of my face. Then with the fat part of the Beauty Blender, I'm going to blend out this portion of the foundation. Now personally, you guys, I do this because for some reason, this has been this way since I was younger. My neck is darker than my chest and it's darker than my face. So for some reason, doing this combination of foundations helps to blend my foundation into my neck and into my chest. For some reason, if I just do one straight foundation all over, it doesn't match my neck. And then if I do, any other combination, it just doesn't work. So I do, the lighter foundation and then the darker foundation afterwards. I wish there was a way to fix the discoloration on my neck. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it's there. It's been there since I was a little kid. If you guys have any suggestions, please help me. Next, I'm going to go in with this Shape Tape, which is about 1 to 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and apply this underneath my eyes, kind of like a highlighter concealer, but it's not as bright as the highlighter concealers that I've had in the past. However, it has a lot more coverage than the concealers that I've had in the past, like the NARS and stuff. So I really, really like it. And find that I don't need to wear a lot, but also I find that I don't need to necessarily color correct either. If you have seen any of my videos before, you know that I always color correct underneath my eyes, just because I feel like, especially underneath these heavy lights, that my eyes can become and look dark underneath my eyes, but I find that the Shape Tape actually gives great coverage in this area. So I feel like I can skip this step when I'm using the Shape Tape, but not so much when I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Once I blended it out from the eye, I just wanted to use the fat part of the Beauty Blender to blend out the corners so that it's not as harsh, especially on the deeper portion of the foundation. Next, I'm going to use a concealer that's about 3 to 4 shades darker than my skin tone and this dual fiber brush in order to apply this darker concealer along my forehead and then on my cheekbones, like actually on my cheekbones in an angle. And this just kind of helps to make my face appear a little bit more lifted and I guess less rounded a little bit. Not so much, but it just kind of gives a little bit more angle, but I want it to be very soft. That's why I didn't highlight underneath that contour. You know how people put like the banana powder underneath there and kind of just carve out the cheekbone. I don't want it that harsh. I really wanted my face to look very soft and everyday like so. I just wanted to just put that one angle there and then blend it in with the fat part of the Beauty Blender. Now with a smaller brush, I'm going to apply that same concealer color along the sides of my nose and meet that color at the tip and then pull it into my eyebrows. And also I want to fill in the inner portion of my eye, kind of that little socket in there, because there's a natural contour on the face naturally that occurs there. So I'm just emphasizing that with the contour, and then I'm going to blend it in with the fat part of my Beauty Blender again. After the highlight and contour is blended in, I am going to apply this banana powder underneath my eyes in the highlighted areas and along my forehead and my nose. I also apply this same powder on my eyelids because I want to kind of brighten up my eyelids a little bit before applying the eyeshadow powder, but also I want my eyelids to be a little bit set since I put foundation on top of it. I don't want there to be any eyeshadow creasing later, so I applied powder to my lids first and then apply the eyeshadow. Also, it helps me with blending as well. Making small little circles, I took this dome-shaped brush and applied the reddish brown eyeshadow into the socket of my eye before switching my brush to an eyeshadow brush and applying this gold shimmer eyeshadow on top of that. I chose the reddish brick eyeshadow not because it's going to, you're going to necessarily show color, but it kind of adds to the contour of my eye. And kind of that bronzy golden effect, and really does emphasize the gold when it's placed on top. After I pressed on the gold eyeshadow color and there's barely anything left on the eyeshadow brush, I'm now going to use windshield wiping motions and kind of sweep the color back and forth at the top of the gold to blend it into that reddish brown eyeshadow and just soften out the edges a little bit. I can't do this with my brush when it has product on it because it's just kind of going to push shimmer eyeshadow everywhere, but applying it when there's hardly anything left on the brush will give a smooth transition. Now going back to my crease brush, I'm going to take this darker brown eyeshadow and with the longer bristles really pressed into the socket of my eyelid, I'm going to go ahead and blend this brown just on the outer quarter of my eyelid and blend this very high. Then with a straight edge brush, like an eyeliner brush, I'm going to take that same brown and connect it on the outer corner and apply this to about 2/3 of the bottom eyelid. Now I'm just going to take another brush with nothing on it to blend the top and the bottom brown colors together. Then with a smaller pencil brush, I'm going to take that shimmer gold eyeshadow that I applied on the top lid and take a little bit and blend it along the bottom lid to meet that brown eyeshadow and also blend along the inner corner. I don't want to take a lot because then I can get fallout on, along my cheek and everywhere else. Now I'm going to apply mascara to my top lashes. I considered putting lashes on this look, and I tried, but I felt like it kind of covered the look, like it covered the eyeshadow, and it didn't make my face look like it's very open and bright. So I took them off and just decided to go with my natural lashes instead. After that, I'm going to use a damp beauty blender in order to press the matte powder that matches my skin tone onto the face so that it sets with the foundation. Now I'm going to use this copper color cheek color in order to apply as a blush. I usually use it as a bronzer because with my skin tone it just happens to be just very red and warm for my skin, but today I'm going to use it as a blush just to give some color to the cheeks, but still staying with that very natural neutral tone makeup. After that, I'm going to add this pink gloss directly to my lips, and this is just going to help that tan and nude look to look more fun and feminine. And then last but not least, I'm going to place some mascara on my bottom lashes. I thought that I could kind of freehand it and it would be okay, but I felt like I was going to touch my face very, very quickly. So I placed this business card underneath it, and this is a way I can apply as much mascara as possible and as I want without touching my skin or getting close to my lash line. Because whenever I apply like more mascara, this black mascara to my lash line, it starts to look like black bottom liner, which I didn't want for this look. And that's the look, you guys. Thanks for staying with me as I played in some makeup, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.